The 2024 Paris Olympics has officially started and the United States women's soccer team is playing superbly well. Welcome to your favorite online soccer show, Atlanta Soccer News Weekly Report. Let's start the week on a good note as the U.S. women's national team advanced to the 2024 Olympic quarterfinals courtesy to their thrilling 4-1 victory against Germany in Marseille on Sunday. The highly anticipated Group B matchup between the two most decorated countries in women's soccer was largely determined by the American front three of Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith, and Mallory Swanson, who each scored a goal or provided an assist for the second straight game. In the first-round matchup with Australia, the USA, 2W-0L-0D, 6 points, will know that they have advanced to the quarterfinals on August 3rd. To advance to the knockout stages are the top two teams from each four-team group as well as the top two finishers in third. First to guarantee their place in the knockout stage are the United States and Spain, the reigning World Cup champions, who defeated Nigeria 1-0 today. The United States enters the match with a +6 goal differential, Germany is at even, and Australia is at -2. This means that even if they lose, they might still win the group and proceed to Paris. A win or a draw against the Australians will secure first place in the group. There aren't many more difficult group stage matches than the one at the Stade de Marseille, where the 5th-ranked Americans and 4th-ranked Germans faced each other for the 6th time in an Olympics or Women's World Cup. Each of the previous 5 games took place in the knockout stages, with the winner of the most recent one being the USA in the 2015 Women's World Cup semi-final. Both teams were hoping to capitalize on their first-round triumphs and maybe guarantee their spot in the quarterfinals on Sunday in the south of France. In light of this, U.S. head coach Emma Hayes started with the same lineup that against Zambia 3-0 on July 25th, but with Lindsey Horan positioned a little bit deeper in midfield next to Sam Coffey. In the 4th minute, Germany came dangerously close to taking the lead when their explosive forward Jule Brand intercepted a misdirected back ball. Then, she found a wide-open Leah Schuller, whose point-blank attempt was stopped by a vigilant Alyssa Nair. It was the first of the American goalkeeper's multiple crucial saves of the game. The USA will now try to lead the group. The USA will play Australia, the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup host and semi-finalist, at the Stade de Marseille on Wednesday, July 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on USA Network, Universo, and Peacock to wrap up the group stage. In a crazy game earlier on Sunday in Nice, the 12th-ranked Matildas, 1W-1L-0D, upset Zambia, 6-5, to remain in the tournament. On Tuesday, we learned that midfielder Alexey Miranchuk of Atlanta BC of Italy's Serie A has joined Atlanta United on a contract that runs through the 2027 MLS season. Assuming he receives his P1 visa and international transfer certificate, ITC, Miranchuk will be rostered as an international player. We're excited to sign a player of Alexey's quality at this point in his career from a top league in Europe, Vice President and Technical Director Carlos Bocanegra said. He's an attacking player who is an excellent chance creator capable of scoring goals. Over the last 4 years, he has been a consistent player in Serie A and has made more than 40 combined appearances in UEFA Champions League and Europa League, while helping Atlanta win the Europa League title in 2023-24. We're pleased to add a player with his experience and winning mentality to our group, and we look forward to welcoming him to Atlanta. After 370 professional games for Lokomotiv Moscow, Atlanta, and Torino FC, the 28-year-old offensive midfielder signs with Atlanta. In all competitions, he has 63 goals and 70 assists. Over the course of 4 years, Miranchuk made 100 appearances in Italy's Serie A between Atlanta and Torino. He has made 15 appearances in the UEFA Champions League and 28 games in the Europa League since the 2015-2016 season. He has assisted his sides in winning 6 trophies, including the 2023-24 Europa League with Atlanta. Miranchuk joined the Lokomotiv Moscow Academy after serving time in the youth systems of Spartak Moscow and Olymp Slavyansk na Kubani. The 2012-13 season saw him participate in 11 games for Lokomotiv Moscow II before making his Premier League debut on April 20, 2013. In 227 first-team games across all competitions, Miranchuk recorded 43 goals and 45 assists while at Lokomotiv. He also won 3 Russian Cups, 2015, 2017, 2019, a Premier Liga, 2018, and a Russian Super Cup, 2019-20. In September 2020, he joined Serie A team Atalanta in Italy, where he played 98 games in all competitions, scoring 13 goals and dishing out 19 assists. The midfielder spent the 2022-23 season on loan with Torino FC, where he made 31 appearances across all competitions and produced 4 goals and 6 assists as Atalanta placed third in Serie A. He made 31 appearances in his first season in Italy, recording 7 goals and 2 assists. For the 2023-24 season, Miranchuk made his comeback to Atalanta, making 42 appearances across all competitions with 4 goals and 12 assists, including 10 appearances and 4 assists in the club's Europa League victory. On Wednesday, we learned that the United States Olympic men's soccer team is enjoying its first Olympic experience in 16 years, and with their 3-0 victory over Guinea at the Stade Geoffroy Guichard on Tuesday, they have guaranteed their place in the competition. The USA secured second place in Group A and set up a quarterfinal matchup with Morocco on Friday, August 2nd at the legendary Parc des Princes in Paris with its second convincing victory in 4 days. The US, 2W-1L-0D, has been on a roll since losing 3-0 to France, the team that won the group, in the first game. 5 different players have scored 7 goals, and the team has pulled away early with strong first halves. The Americans scored twice in the first 30 minutes of their 4-1 triumph over New Zealand on July 27th. Almost simultaneously, they led 2-1 against Guinea on Tuesday. The Americans were represented by Georgiy Mihailovic and Kevin Paredes, twice, while goalie Patrick Schulte recorded his first Olympic shutout with 6 saves. As a result, the United States is making it into the Olympic quarterfinals for just the second time since the current tournament format was created in 1960 and for the first time since the historic 4th-place finish in 2000. On Thursday, after defeating Australia 2-1 on Wednesday, the U.S. women's national team will head into the Olympic quarterfinals with 3 wins in 3 games and a tournament-high 9 goals scored. The USA withstood a late charge from Australia to take an additional 3 points and the top spot in Group B. Forward Trinity Rodman scored her second goal of the Olympics, and midfielder Corbin Albert scored the game-winning goal with a fantastic long-range effort. For the second time in their 8 Olympic Games, the USWNT has now won all 3 of its group stage matches. It has previously occurred in 2012. After defeating Japan to win the gold medal in those games, the competition will proceed to a quarter-final match on August 3rd in Paris, against the same opponent. The team led by head coach Emma Hayes has only allowed 2 goals in the league, and it has been motivated by the upcoming triple-edged sword players Rodman, Sophia Smith, and Mallory Swanson. Until Albert eliminated the Australians late on Wednesday, one of those 3 forwards had either scored or assisted on every goal scored by the United States. On Friday, Atlanta United returns home to conclude the group stage of Leagues Cup 2024, facing Liga MX's Santos Laguna at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Sunday. A win, whether in regulation or via a penalty shootout, will advance Atlanta to the knockout stage. A Santos Laguna victory would see them, alongside DC United, progressing from the group. Atlanta fought back from a 2-goal deficit against DC United last week to earn a point, though DC won the shootout 6-5. Santos Laguna suffered a 3-0 defeat at DC United earlier this week. Here's a look at the tools to the match presented by Home Depot for the clash with Santos Laguna. While Atlanta defeated DC United by scoring 3 goals in regulation, they'll try to correct their defensive errors before playing again in Washington, D.C. The goals for United were the result of defensive errors in focus. Atlanta's defense recovered in the second half and stopped DC United had little opportunities to score clearly. Santos Laguna just suffered a 3-0 loss to DC United, and they'll be seeking a total recovery. In the first game, the team's XG value was 0.6 and they only managed 3 shots on goal. With just 1 point from their first 4 games in Liga MX Apertura, they have had a challenging start to the season. The burden is on them to perform well in this next match. For the entire 90 minutes on Sunday, that level of concentration and defensive effort will be necessary. Atlanta's defense should be in a strong position to secure the required victory to move on to the knockout stage if they can control their own errors and make Santos Laguna try to outplay them offensively. Salvador Mariscal, a product of the club's academy, and Franco Fagandez, who joined the squad at the beginning of the calendar year, lead the midfield for the team. The Atlanta midfield must contain the Uruguayan striker, who controls the attack. In order to force Santos Laguna to find alternative avenues of attack. With just 1 goal in 4 league games and a shutout in their League Cup debut, the club has had difficulty scoring goals early in the season. On Sunday afternoon, Atlanta will be anxious to avoid letting this team win. Atlanta has had consistent success attacking from both wings during the last few games. Strong wing play by players like Zan Silva on the left or Saba Lobjanic on the right continues to create opportunities for Atlanta. Brooks Lennon is still one of the league's most potent attacking right-backs on the right side. With a pinpoint cross to Daniel Rios for the game's first goal versus DC, he demonstrated that once more. United the previous week. Lennon is getting closer to breaking the club's record for most assists ever. He currently has 35 with ATL UTD throughout all competitions, with a 39 record. Atlanta will generate scoring opportunities if they can maintain utilizing their quickness and combination play on the wing. It's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make it a habit to watch Out Weekly Report and soccer stories posted on Out website at https://atlantasoccer.news. Until next time, adios.